welcome to another exciting edition of the program TVN SPORTS right here on Television Nigerian, and my name is Anthony Momodu. We'll be looking at very interesting issues on TVN Sports today. We'll look at the 36 names of referees being penciled by FIFA to officiate during the 2018 FIFA World Cup holding in Russia. We'll also have a look at the Flying Eagles. How well did they do in their two-match games to knock them to shape as they prepare for the Under-20 AFCON tournament holding in Niger. Talk about 2019. We'll also be looking at Kleti Iheanacho, whose injury made him miss Nigeria's other match, but is set to play for Leicester City. Any danger for the Super Eagles as we get ready for the World Cup? These and other issues. We'll also be looking at the big friendly matches gone by, taking a look at France, Colombia, how well those two teams played. Can our darling Super Eagles match up with them? Is the big question we'll be asking today on TVN Sports. And let me make introduction of my guest on today's episode of the program TVN Sports. We have in the studios Austin Otta Esquire. All right, awesome having a legend mind right here talking sports. Nice to have you join us.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's just kickstart from the big friendly matches that were played. Aside Nigeria's match, we have France taking on Colombia, and in that game we saw France take a 2-0 lead before Colombia came back, grabbing two more goals to settle the tie.
No, 2-2. They actually had a penalty at the end to make it 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
All right, looking at Colombia and France, do you think the Super Eagles have the firepower to withstand these two teams? Looking at the performance,
at the moment, let's just say we're a work in progress. We're not really there yet. Yes, we've qualified to join 31 other teams at the Mondial, but whether we are ready to face the big guns, I doubt. If you look at this particular game, you will see that the standard and quality of the game and the type of goals that were scored, and some of the players that were not even on the pitch when all of this was happening. For France, for example, you will see that when you compare that to our games against Poland and against Serbia, they were a work in progress. But you see, with Nigeria, there's always the X factor. I was just thinking that when we were preparing in 1998, I remember 1998 specifically because we had just come on from 94, and I was thinking how we were going to perform at the next one. We still seem to be in a bit of form, but we had to play Holland in a friendly. And Holland beat us, I think it was 6-0 or 5-0 or something.
5 to 6-0.
Yes, they beat us like
black, blue, and
beat
black.
us by, yes. That you begin to wonder, are we sure we are ready for this competition? And yet we went on into the group stage, and we played Spain, the great Spain, in the first game, and we ended up beating them 3-2. Now, we've beaten France. We beat France the other day, and I'm sure that this same Nigerian squad, if we go and face them, I'm sure that they may even get a result against France. But from the standard of play and what we saw, I think we are a work in progress. I don't think we are there yet, but we will be there. We will be ready by the time of the competition. I'm sure of it. We have to. You see, we don't come together so much. Our players don't play in the same league, so it's possible that some of the players are meeting themselves for the first time. There has to be a blend. I'm sure by the time. One good thing I like about Coach Raw is that it seems that the sum of the whole, the totality is more than the parts. Is more than the individual parts. What they add up to is much more, and they produce a better result. Like I say, he's a lucky coach, and he seems to have an eye for picking players who will do a job for him. So yes, we'll get there, but at the moment right now, I can't say categorically yes.
All right, let's also look at, as we get the friendly matches rolling, we had an issue, a very interesting issue where the NFL for the first time came out to say they've got 50 million naira or dollars ready for the Super Eagles fiesta, the campaign in Russia. Looking at that, does that give you a sense of satisfaction and conviction that this time around we're not going to suffer players fighting for their allowances and distractions coming with the team, especially knowing that the Super Eagles team is quite a young team?
Well, I pray that that won't happen, but it's not enough for them to say we have $50 million. I would have expected that they would bring a blueprint which they would give to the public to say, we have $50 million and this is how we are budgeting the $50 million.
Okay.
We are going to have X for this, Y for that, Z for this, and it will be disbursed in such and such and such a manner. It's already been done, and depending on the progress of the Nigerian Super Eagles, we will decide on how else we will disburse these funds. If we do not go beyond this, we will have this back. If we do not go beyond this, we will have that back. That is accountability. That will show that they are serious about ensuring that the drama, the imbroglios that have taken place in the past will not happen this time around. I think that is the only way forward. It was really a bit of a shame when at the last World Cup also, we were having issues with Nigeria, we were having issues with Ghana. The Ghanaians were even worse than the Nigerians. It was horrible, and to think that one of the Ghanaians, Kevin, the Boateng, I felt sorry for him because when they were playing as youths, he and his brother, who plays for Germany, decided to make a choice. He chose to play for Ghana rather than for Germany. You would expect that Ghana would want to do everything they can to make sure that he's treated in such a way that his decision to play for his home country, for his dad's country, was the best decision. But it seems now that it's like his brother made the best decision. He's still playing for Germany up till now. They won the World Cup and all of that. And it's not worked out that well for Kevin. But I think there should be a change. And the only way, like I keep saying, the only way forward is to have a will, to have, that desire to want to create a legacy, make a difference, and let you be known for something, the way we've known others.
Yes. All right, if you're just joining us, you're watching TVN Sports on television Nigerian. My name is Anthony Momodu, and my guest on today's edition is no other person but Austin Otta, who is a barrister at law here talking sports. All right, let's look into the next discourse. Recently, FIFA has named 36 referees for the World Cup, and we have countries like Egypt, Guinea, Senegal, having their referees to officiate in the World Cup. Nigeria still missing. What is this a total bias by FIFA against Nigerian referees, or we're just not getting it right?
Well, the thing is, I don't know the criteria with which they pick the referees. But I would assume that one of them would be qualifications, one of them would be experience, one of them would be exposure. Now, how many Nigerian referees do we know have the kind of exposure that may be necessary for them to be given a chance? Are there courses they were supposed to have attended? Were they sponsored by the Nigerian Football Federation? By the Football Federation? I mean, have they participated in international club competitions? What is their record? Were they even put forward? How many Nigerian referees were put forward for selection by the FIFA team? You see, there are so many things or permutations that we don't know of. So it's going to be difficult before we now look at FIFA and say, hey, you're discriminating. You didn't pick anybody from a participating country. So
should we hold CAF responsible? If we put into consideration, we have countries like Ethiopia being referee, making it there. We have the Zambian referee there. Algerian referee. Also, even Algeria that didn't qualify for the World Cup has a referee there. Should that be a slap on the Nigerian Referee Association?
Like I say, Tony, without us having the criteria by which the selection was done, it's difficult to speculate. We may say that CAF has not really been very friendly towards Nigeria. Not been very friendly towards Nigeria, especially when the former head of CAF, that was Hayatu from when he was there. Yes, he was there forever and a day, and he was totally biased against us in terms of decisions of CAF. Yes, I know that was happening, but on this occasion, it's difficult. Look, the problem might not even be from CAF. The problem might be from the NFF. I mean, how many referees were presented? And nobody, and you see, this is another thing. NFF has not kept us updated. They didn't tell us that there was going to be a selection of FIFA referees at a particular time. They didn't tell us how they were going about it. You see, you have to keep us informed. I don't know if anything's on their website, but maybe I will go and check after today. I'm going to find out on the NFF website what they did about the referees and whether they made any comments on why no Nigerian referee is going to be part of the Mondial. Because it's really a shame for the biggest country, the largest population in Africa, one of the representatives, and other countries like Ethiopia, Zambia are coming through, and we don't have any there. That's a bit of a slight on yes, and it may be the fault of FIFA, it may be the fault of CAF, it may be our fault.
Very sad commentary. Once again, Nigerian referees missing out in the Mondial 2018 Russia World Cup, which Nigeria will be part. All right, as we draw close to the end of TVN Sports, let's have a look at our darling Flying Eagles, who went to Alexandria, Egypt, for 2 turn-up matches against the Egyptian under 20 side, just to knock themselves back in shape. We've got the first game ended 1-1. The second game, the Flying Eagles lost 2-1. Would you say that it was worth the trip?
Of course. Egypt is a hotbed of young talents.
Okay.
They have a very organized system, and I think every other African country should take a leaf out of their book. Although they are not as televised as we get with DSTV, South African League, they are extremely well organized, and not just in football, in other sports. And they have huge following there. They are very, very well advanced. And so I think there's nothing bad. They are, if you like, one of the super powers, football powers in Africa. They are consistent. They play organized football. There is nothing wrong with us, doing that. In fact, I think that is innovative. We never really used to have those kind of friendly matches for the under 19s, or we usually play with league clubs within Nigeria, or we invite some people within. So for them to go out and have that experience, it was a good experience for them. They obviously acquitted themselves well. They were not disgraced by the scoreline. Unfortunately, I didn't watch any of the games, but I think it's a move in the right direction, and I think it's something that.
All right. All right, as we wrap up the program, we'll just touch a little bit about the most trending, one of the most trending sports stories, talking about cricket and the ball tampering scandal that occurred between, talking about the Australian national team when they took on the Proteas, talking about the South African team also. For you, punishment has been meted out to the 3 fellows, but during our off-camera discussions, you made mention of the fact that one of the players has already started playing a smartphone, saying he hopes he will have the opportunity to go around the world telling people not to cheat in sport.
Yes,
do you think that was a smart move? And do you think the Cricket Australia is going to give him that privilege?
I mean, you see this funny way in which they are actually going about it, coming on air to say how sorry they are and all of that. Somehow I'm beginning to wonder if it's not just if it's not a charade, if they're not just trying to make some column inches out of it. I've never seen anything like this before. When a sports player has cheated, you are a cheat, you've cheated. Do the crime. You shouldn't be anywhere near the television screen.
So when you do the crime, do the time.
Yes, you know how they've been suspended, fine. So for 9 months, 12 months, whatever it is, fine. All right, we should be hearing from them. They are an embarrassment to the sport. They brought cricket into disrepute. So what you really should be getting is not them coming to on air or I'm so sorry. No, he's only sorry because he was caught. Let's call it spade a friggin' spade. Yes, he was caught. So what should really be happening is that those who were not involved in it should be reading a statement on their behalf. Okay. They are very sorry. They cannot come on air. They are so ashamed for what they've done, and they are repentant. We apologize on their behalf. The people who haven't done anything wrong should be talking.
All right. Finally, as we wrap up, we've got the coach finally resigning just yesterday, and also the Cricket Australia CEO is saying Sutherland he's not going to resign. Instead, what happened has made his resolve stronger.
Yes.
Is that good enough?
Yes, because I don't even see why. No, I don't even see why the coach should resign.
But the coach has resigned. But the CEO of Cricket Australia is saying he's not going to resign.
Yeah, that was a very good coach because he did quite well for Australia. They've won so many things. I think they won the World Cup.
And he defended his players,
regardless
of.
Yes, he did that. He he obviously had put a very strong squad together. He clearly was not involved in it, or that's the official version. Yes, I didn't see any reason why he needed to retire. So except there was pressure put on him from outside, or except he was involved in some way, or for some reason, I think that wasn't a smart move. And he too was crying. And yes, but they said he wasn't involved. If you're not involved, you're not involved. You should, but at the end of the day, he's the coach of the team that misbehaved. But I don't think that's fair. But anyway, that's the life of a sports coach. You know, when a coach comes in, if the players refuse to play and they misbehave, what happens? The coach is sacked. But on this occasion, the players chose to misbehave, and he's resigning.
All right, just to take a final take, are you impressed with NFF going to visit Carl Ikeme in the hospital, giving him signed jersey by the team players, and also telling him he was came to do a kickoff, he will be the one to do a kickoff in the match coming forward, talking about hopefully Nigeria taking on England, the Three Lions in June.
Yes, I think we actually had a discussion about this before, about the treatment of Ikeme by Mr. Pinnick and
visiting him
and all of that, because he wasn't doing that initially. You know, in fact, it took them some time. So I think yes, it's a good move. It may be belated, but at least it's good. And they should really, I hope they're doing much more. I hope there's some insurance for him that's really taking care of him. Leukemia is like, it's a cancer of the skin, it's blood, whatever it is, it's cancer. You know, and it's a terrible illness, and he must be in a lot of pain. So I think that will encourage him. That's a good move on the part of the NFF. And yes, it's a good move. I think more of that should be done, and he should be encouraged to even be part of the team in a way, in any capacity.
He has been told all the financial benefits will still come to him.
Yes, I guess, because he actually was instrumental in the qualification. So I think that's a very good move, and kudos to the NFF.
All right, on that very brilliant note, we're going to wrap on today's edition of the program TVN SPORTS, talking about the sports review version of it. And I've had a very brilliant guest in person of Austin Otter Esquire, helping us go through the big events that has taken place in the sporting arena for this week. My name remains Anthony Momodu, saying thank you for joining us on TVN SPORTS. See you next time.